loves, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review on Knix Period Panties. I actually received one of their period kits and I can't wait to share with you how my period week goes, because I'm going to be vlogging every single day for you guys so you guys can know all the ins and outs of having period panties rather than wearing tampons, pads, or maybe a menstrual cup. So for those who don't know me, my name is Leslie and I do a whole bunch of different types of video. I do hauls, vlogs, you name it, I'll probably do it. But today's specifically all about vaginal health. If you enjoy videos that empower women, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so that way you can see all my fabulous videos. So yeah, let's get into this review. So this is not the first time I've ever used Knix's period panties. This is the second time I've used their panties. I actually ordered a pair a while back and then I was like, how easy is it to use period panties? Like, is it difficult? Is it frustrating? Is it too much to handle? Because what if it's too wet, or what if it leaks? Like, what are all the ins and outs? And I couldn't answer all those questions for you because I only had one pair. But since I got the period kit, it consists of 4 panties and 1 sleeper short. I actually got 2 sleeper shorts just for clarity purposes, but the kit only comes with 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what they look like. So this is the packaging that it comes in. These are the super absorbency, super leak proof high rise. These panties can absorb up to 8 teaspoons of liquid, and that is equivalent to 8 regular tampons. All right, so if you are a big tampon wearer, maybe this might be a better alternative if you are done, or maybe you get infections, or maybe it's just becoming uncomfortable. And I just am not a fan of tampons. I'm not a fan of pads. You guys know I'm very much a fan of menstrual cups, but sometimes I do not want to wear a menstrual cup. Sometimes I want her to breathe and I don't know if I have the security that I need with the period panties. So for clarity purposes, I've been wearing a pair all day today and I'm going to tell you how that's gone. I'm going to do my regular activities for the next couple of days while I'm on my period so I can see what I had to do to maneuver it, if I need more or less of the panties. So this is the exact pair that I'm wearing right now. These, I believe, are in an extra large, and I love me a high waist panty, as you guys know. So regardless if it's period or not, they're my type. I really like the way they feel. They're very seamless, they're comfortable. So I actually enjoy wearing them. They are comfortable. If you're bloated, it feels good around your stomach, and also they don't roll down at all. And like I said, I've been wearing them all day today, so I would know. So let me show you the inside of the panties. So this is where the period blood would go. It is very thick in comparison to the rest of the panty. As you can see, the rest is a little bit flimsy. This part is very stiff, and it's supposed to really just get all the blood all up in there. And the really cool thing about these period panties is that you can wash them as normal. You could throw them in the washer and you could dry them on light heat to, you know, make them last a little bit longer. My first time wearing the panties, I had no leakage. I had no problem. The only thing that I didn't notice was that when I went to go pee and I pulled my panties up, it's a little bit uncomfortable because it feels cold, but not wet. Like, I don't know how to explain it. So if you're very weird about like putting on something that's already soiled, that might be a problem for you. But if you're one of those people who can go and not change your pad all the time that you go to the bathroom, because some people don't change their pad every time they go to the bathroom. Just saying. Some people can let it be a little bit of blood and be like, oh, like, let me continue wearing this pad because it's not filled all the way. But if you're not one of those people, this might not be for you. I haven't had an issue with it all day. So it really depends on you as an individual, but I've been hearing a lot of my friends having really heavy periods. So this is gonna be great for people who are having heavy periods and they're not sure what to do. Maybe this is gonna be great for you guys. So I'm hoping I can give you guys some insight. I'm gonna be wearing only period underwears, no other form of protection at all, and see how it goes. So when I had the other pair of shorts, because this is not my first time wearing these, what I would do is I would free bleed at night, and when I took a shower in the morning, I would hand wash them in the shower and hang them to dry, and then they would be dry by the time night comes, and I would just wear the same ones over and over again. So that is an option. If you want a tutorial on how I hand wash my panties and what soap I use and all of that, comment below. I'll be happy to do a separate video on how I clean my period underwear. So hey guys, so it is day 2 of the period panties, and I just went rock climbing. I'll show you a little what's the word? Clip. I'll show you a little clip of that. And my period panties feel great. I don't feel like I'm leaking. I feel comfortable. I don't have no problems. I'm not like freaking out. It was like normal. It was like wearing a pad, except more comfortable because the pad moves around and you're not sticking to anything. It's just your pad is there. Like it's in there. So it's really comfortable. I don't feel wet. I actually wore this other period panties yesterday all day and all through the night by accident. I fell asleep in error. So don't do that because that's kind of nasty. I mean, it depends on who you are, but like I woke up and I felt like I had a dirty diaper on, like that diaper feeling. Like, you ever seen a baby's diaper, a wet diaper, and it's like sags, like soggy? Like that's how I felt. I'm like, okay, like I overdid it by accident. So I didn't get to wear the sleeper shorts quite yet. So far so good. Say hi to Jenna.
Hi.
And I am also shooting my regular vlog. So if you want to see how rock climbing really went, go ahead and head to that vlog. All right, see you guys tomorrow or tonight. So good morning. It is day 3 of me using period panties only. So let me tell you how yesterday went, because I know I gave you kind of an update midday. I went rock climbing. There was no leaking. There was no spilling. There was no issues. There were nothing. Like it went way better than I expected. The only thing is that after we went rock climbing, we went to go eat, and obviously like when you're doing vigorous workout like rock climbing, you get tired, but after a vigorous workout like rock climbing, you're gonna sweat and stuff. So after that we ate and then we went to a cycle class. So literally between 1 and 7:30 we were pretty active because we went rock climbing, then we had to drive for an hour back home, and then we went to a cycle class around 5:30. When I got to the cycle class, I told my friend, I smelt myself, like I'm here, and when your hips are high up, and I was just like, wow, I feel like I stink. And I don't know if that was like the period panties fault, because when I was wearing them on the first day, I was completely like chilled out. I didn't work out, I didn't do anything, and it was fine. But because I got active, there was like a mix of sweat and a mix of the blood. It was just, I think, creating an odor, because why wouldn't you stink after working out and sweating and having your, like, it makes sense. There's no, unless you're doing like a menstrual cup, there's no other protection that I can see like you not stinking after doing a whole bunch of active working out. So I got home, I took a shower, and immediately, luckily I have the period panties from yesterday dirty, not washed or anything. This is what it looks like. This is a dirty pair, and you might be freaking out like, ew, I don't want to see that, but like honestly, I mean, it's dry. Obviously it's actually a little bit damp still, but since it's damp, like I could touch it and then nothing will come off on my hands. Even when it's like wet, like same day wet, I don't feel anything. So when I tell you like, oh my god, it stinks really bad. Right now though, the other pair that I have here, these are actually hand wash. I used a really sensitive soap on these and I just hand washed them, and I'm just gonna throw them in the laundry bag. I don't see myself re-wearing them without putting them in the actual wash, but I just think it will probably help your panties a little bit if you just get the extra dry blood out. And especially because if it's stinky, like you don't want to have like stinky underwear like just out and about. So they give you a laundry bag like this, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put my old undies here. If you're wondering how these look on me, I did a video so that way you could see what they look like on me physically, but right now I'm wearing the sleep shorts, so I'm going to show you how they look on me. But I will link right here. I think it's, I never get it right. I'll link it somewhere. There'll be an explanation point, my first Knix review, so you can see how the underwear and the clothes fit from Knix, but I'm gonna show you the shorts now. So I put on the sleep shorts last night. I didn't forget last night. And it's my heaviest day of my period. They are so cute. I love seamless shorts. I love feeling comfortable. This leg keeps rolling up just a little bit, but it's not uncomfortable. And besides, I would want it all the way in my area, but look how cute they are. If you don't want them to roll, you can get like a bigger size, but honestly, you're sleeping, it shouldn't really matter. And I just think that they're so freaking cute. So I just woke up. I haven't done anything, and like I said, I usually don't bleed at night, So obviously there's no spilling, it's not full like that. But what was really cool is that I got to relax in bed and not worry about if I'm gonna bleed all over my bed. So that made me feel really good. So I'm just so comfortable in these shorts, and the panties are like, you barely can feel them when you're wearing them. They're so comfortable. So the only thing I would suggest is like, and like I said, this is only day 3. I'm gonna do my full period with the period panties. So you wanna watch this all the way through. I'm loving the sleep shorts. I love the period underwear. Like I was telling my girlfriend all day yesterday that, you know, I feel comfortable. I didn't have to change anything. I didn't have to change a pad. I didn't have to change a tampon. I didn't have to do anything. I was just living my life. And like I said, I only just started to stink a little bit. But then she was like, I don't smell you. And I'm like, well, I smell me. Like, that's what I felt. But then I was like, maybe it's just like a mix of sweat and everything. So this is very good for maybe if you're working out at the end of the day, or you know, maybe you can maybe throw on a tampon if you're gonna work out or something. I don't know. Or if you work out in the morning, it's a difficult thing because if you have enough panties, it doesn't matter. Like if you have multiple period panties, then you can put a light pair on while you're working out and then come, like if you have enough, it won't matter. But if you're only working with one kit, it might be an issue. And I also don't want to tell you guys to not work out during your period. I have the most energy during my period. Honestly, like right when my period comes, I have all this energy. So it would be weird for me to not work out. But what I will say is that after I went and did all that activity, toward the end of the day, I felt like I started to smell. But any other day where I'm just chilling, there's no smell. Like I never have an issue. So that's how it's going so far. And I am in the sleeper shorts right now. Like I said, I edited a video. I haven't done anything. I just feel super comfortable and not in any rush to clean up. I don't feel dirty. I don't feel soggy. Like I said, the last time, the first day that I wore the panties, I forgot to take them off from all day and slept in them the whole night. I didn't feel itchy. I didn't feel like ill. I just felt like I was wearing a diaper, a wet, soggy diaper. This time, like I said, I don't bleed through the night. So I feel like I'm basically wearing like a clean period underwear, but they're the sleeper shorts. So I'm chilling. I don't have nowhere to go, and until I have somewhere to go, I'm gonna keep them on. And then I'm gonna take a shower and move on with the rest of my day. Some of you guys are gonna be like, ew, I can't do that. But like I said, I don't get my period at night. So this just is what it is. So I'll tell you guys how the rest of the week goes. All right? All right, guys, I am back. Ignore the hole in my shirt. This is my lucky shirt that has been passed on for generations. So you guys are probably wondering how my whole period experience went with Knix underwear, and I want to give you the nitty gritty. What I love about the Knix panties, the convenience. I don't have to change my pad every, you know, couple hours. I don't have to change my tampon. I don't have to change my Diva cup, even though my Diva cup is only like 12 hours. So it's kind of the same time span. But I also just felt like it was out of sight, out of mind. The only time I remembered I was wearing period underwear was when I went to go pee and then I went to go lift my panties back up. It was like, oh, you could kind of feel it. But for the most part, it is dry to touch. Like when I put my finger across it to see if there's anything on there, it's nothing. It's literally nothing on my hands. So it's not so much of a big deal. The only time I notice it is when it gets a little bit cold. I know it sounds weird, but it gets a little bit chilly when I pull my underwear back up. Another thing that I loved about Knix panties is that there was no leaking. I didn't have to be concerned, be worried, especially because I had the heavy duty Knix period panties. It was just like I went rock climbing like you guys saw with ease. I did a whole bunch of things, went my whole day, went to the gym, and didn't feel gross, which is what I was ultimately afraid of for the most part. Is there ever gonna be a time where I feel very uncomfortable? And that never happened to me. So here's the things that might concern you just a little bit. If you're gonna wear them, change them after working out. That's what I would do. You're better off just hand washing them, putting them to the side, and putting clean ones on for the rest of your day, because that was the only part of it. I just felt like I started to smell after working out. If I'm not working out and I'm just doing my regular everyday stuff, it's not a problem. So if you work out consistently, you might want to get more of the panties. So that way you would just have your options. You could change them in and out because you don't want to feel uncomfortable. And I took a whole cycling class, which means I was sitting on that. I was sitting on the period panty for a whole class, and I had no leaks, no nothing. So, but just keep in mind the smell might be a little bit scary. So you might want to change it if, like I said, you're doing any vigorous activity. If you have a teenage daughter, you have someone in your life that's going on to a sleepover and they're not sure about their period, it's like the perfect protection if you just, you know, feel a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe you're staying at a friend's house, maybe you're on vacation, maybe you're at an Airbnb, or maybe you're staying at a best friend's house and you're just like, look, I don't want to wake up and then have to worry about washing sheets. It's like the perfect protection for that. So maybe the period underwear isn't your thing, but maybe the shorts for overnight to stop the leaking, or as an extra step just in case, would be good for some people. So that's what I love about that. How I wash my period panties, I probably can do a separate video on that. If that's something you want to do, just comment below if that's something that you want to know. But if you only have, like, let's say 3 pairs of panties, or maybe even 2 pair of the panties, you literally can hand wash them. A lot of blood does come out of it, but you can hand wash them with your detergent, or a really good vaginal soap. I use like the Dr. Bronner's, and like I said, I could do that in a different video, the baby wash, because it's sensitive, and I use that diluted with water and it gets all the blood out of there. And it's really cool because you literally could just wash one, like let's say I wear one all day, I can wash it at night, air dry it throughout the next day, wear my other period panty. By the time it's time for me to wear the other ones the next day, I would have them. The only thing is that that's why you need the shorts, because you need something to sleep in. When I had my first pack, because at one point I only had 1 period short, I literally would hand wash them every night and use them every day for the next 4, because my period's 3 days, guys, but I would use it for 4 days and I hand washed it every time. So there's no need to be like, oh my god, I need to wash them. Like, as long as you're using your soap, using your water, letting it air dry, you're pretty much okay. And they also come with laundry bags, which is really cool. You could throw all of them into one laundry bag, throw them in there, and I let mine actually air dry because I'm very particular about, like, my undergarments. Undergarments are expensive. I don't want to have to repurchase them. If I take good care of them, they'll last me for a really long time. Clothes, I just kind of throw them in there. I'm like, all right, whatever, clothes are clothes, which is really weird. But my undergarments, my sports bras, I'm very particular about how I clean them. All in all, doing a whole week on period panties was an experience. It was easygoing. There were some learning curves, but I've been trying to find a more environmental friendly way to have our periods, or people who have heavier periods, because what happens is that I have tons of friends that have PCOS, or they had a baby and their period changed, and they have been like, I'm wearing diapers at this point, or they're changing their pads every 2 hours, and I'm like, have you tried a period panty? Or maybe you just want it for extra protection, you know? It's nothing wrong with you using regular pad if you feel like you need to do that, and then having your period panty as an extra piece of protection. So you can use it in multiple different ways. I just went wham bam, thank you ma'am. I bled straight into those panties, and I'm at the point where I don't know if I even want to wear a Diva Cup anymore. The period panties kind of like brainwashed me. I don't feel like I need to wear a Diva Cup anymore, but I do sometimes. Like I probably will go back and forth, because sometimes I just need a break and I just don't want something in me. Sometimes you just want a free bleed, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta let your girl breathe. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will leave the products in the description box so that way you can purchase your own. Like, I got the period panty kit, so that way you'll get, I believe, 4 panties and then a pair of shorts for your period. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.
So do you want me to? So do you want